because we spend so much time and energy about worrying around money. And if we are free from money worries, money stress, we'll have less fights, we'll have less stress around money, so we can truly start living our own life. We are so afraid to make changes because of money. We think we cannot change our jobs. Because of money, we cannot start a business. Because of money, we stopped following our dreams, which is like a slow suicide.
Hello and welcome, dear viewers, new and old subscribers, to another exciting episode of Coffee and Talks. And today we have a very special guest with us, someone whose insights into the world of personal finance and happiness have touched the lives of millions of people. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm welcome to the one and only Ken Honda. Ken Honda is a famous author, speaker, and expert in the field of financial wellness and well-being. He is widely known as the Zen millionaire and is celebrated for his unique approach to money, which combines financial wisdom with spiritual principles. Through his best-selling books, including Happy Money and The Zen Millionaire, Ken has helped people all over the world to transform their relationship with money and discover a path to greater happiness and fulfillment. Ken Honda's teaching draw from his deep knowledge of Japanese culture and philosophy, making them both enlightening and practical. Ken Honda's mission is simply yet profound to help individuals create a harmonious and joyful relationship with the finance, ultimately leading to a richer and more meaningful life. So sit back, relax, take some black coffee, and get ready to dive into the world of happy money as we have enlightening conversation with the man himself, Ken Honda. Yokoso, Ken Honda.
Hello, Frederick.
Hello.
Hey, everyone, and Gomorong, right?
Yeah, that's perfect pronounced. God morgon.
Gomorong,
God morgon.
Gomorong, everyone. I'm so happy that this is happening. So thank you for your invitation.
Thank you, Ken Honda. I was really nervous about the time shifting about Japan and Sweden, and if we got this right. And I have to practice all the feelings that came up before you joined the virtual meeting here. So it was a very good start to let all come. And I can't describe enough how it feels to have you here. And it's such a big honor for me. It's you are such a great person and so much love inside you. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much. Sweden has been such a beautiful country and the country of my dream. So this is such a great honor to be interviewed by you.
Okay. Have you been in Sweden before?
Just only once, very briefly. I like to spend more time in Sweden.
Okay. So, and is this the first time you have to join a Swedish episode of a virtual meeting, or?
Yes. This is my first interview. So I was telling my friends, I'm getting interviewed by a Swedish person this afternoon. So it's 4 o'clock here, and I think it's morning time, right?
Yeah, here it is around 9 o'clock here in the morning.
Okay. So this is fun, and we are so far away, but I can almost touch you, right? So I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, so we have to be thankful for the technology.
Yes.
And it's because of the technology and YouTube where I discovered you, Ken Honda.
Mm-hmm.
And I have seen a lot of interviews about you, and I had a feeling and a dream that this guy, Ken Honda, this Japanese guy, I need to get in contact with him. And
Oh,
and that is not easy,
uh-huh.
because you also have a lot of teams around you, and
Yes.
there was a lot of questions before I managed to convince this Anita, or that
Uh-huh.
we need to have him here in Coffee and Talks.
Thank you so much. I have some system set up, so I all I need to do is look at my iPhone, and then okay, I'm going to be on interview in 3 minutes, and so I delegate everything. So all I do is show up and talk. So thank you for just being so patient for the screening process and all that.
Yeah, it's I understand, because you have a busy schedule. Do you go all around the world, or how does it look now?
So I'm going to Singapore next week. I'm going to share the same stage with Robert Kiyosaki, another money person, and so this will be fun. And I'm going to Hawaii, U.S. The day in a couple of months, and then I will go to other countries, and hopefully I'm invited back to Europe sometime next May or June. So I love to travel around the countries. I hope I can visit Sweden as well.
It would be really great if you came and visit us here in. Then you have to come to my little town. So you have
Yes.
to tell me before.
Okay, so we'll have a good coffee and talks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, really good Coffee and Talks.
Yes.
So I think that not so many people in Sweden know about you here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I tried to get your book, Happy Money,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to order it. Yeah, I couldn't lend it from the library, so I have to order it from another place. And I think we really need to spread this word out about your book, Happy Money.
Thank you.
So many aha moments that I got from this book.
Really?
Yeah, you can't
That's
imagine.
really great.
And how you describe especially about how we affect our children,
Mm-hmm.
and how we talk around our children, and what beliefs they got
Mm-hmm.
from our talk about money and our financial situations, and how our adults' beliefs affects our children. And it's really profound, and an important book about how to overcome our fears about money.
Yes, indeed.
So can you tell our viewers about how this began? How is your story from the childhood, and how was your family situation and your parents?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for asking. My father was a very successful tax accountant, and my mother was a stay-at-home mom. So we had a lot of interesting conversations around money at dinner table, which is very unusual in Japan. I'm probably like in Sweden as well. So my father started teaching me about money since I was 5 or 6, because he wanted me to be financially independent in the future. So he was teaching me. So, for example, in a taxi, and he was telling me, you know, taxi driver is a hard work, because even if you work for 10 years, that doesn't mean that you get raise, from a taxi company, and so it's not a good job. and I was telling, oh, Daddy, our driver can hear us. And so the taxi driver goes like, oh, sir, you're so right. I haven't got any raise for 10 years. So
He said that?
yeah, so his education is very practical. And he just said something like, you have to pick a job that will compound as you go. And also in the future, you have to have your own business. So you don't have to work in the business, own the business. And then my father didn't have to work because he had 20 employees working for him. So he had enough time to just show me around and teach me about many things.
So your father had his own company, and
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So
So
he had the largest practice in my hometown, Kobe.
I see. Okay. So then you get the right skills from the beginning, or uh, did he have any fears about money or something that you can remember?
Yes. So his father, who's my grandfather, passed away when he was 11. So he had to help his mom and brothers and sisters. And then he had to start working since he was 11 years old, just delivering newspapers and milk and stuff like that as a child. So he had a tough teenager. When he had a few drinks, he always talked about hardships when he was growing up. He didn't have the money to buy some snack at school, so he couldn't eat lunch. So during the lunch break at school, he had to go out and just drink water and then come back. So he was crying and he used to tell me all the stories. So he had a lot of money fear. And after becoming a millionaire himself, it was a little bit easier, but still, he wanted to make sure that I'll be all right financially. So he wanted me to learn about financial statement, the business, and also management and networking and goal setting and all the things I really needed to learn.
This is fantastic. Was he a very social person also? Because you are a very social person. From my
Mhm.
experience, when I have seen you in different views in YouTube and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah, my father was a happy person before he got into deep depression. My grandmother passed away, and just around the same time, unfortunately, my father's best friend and client committed suicide. And not only he killed himself, he killed the entire family of four. So family suicide really did a big shock on him. So after that, we used to be a musical family. My father's idol was Elvis Presley. So he was always wearing a white shirt and a guitar, the Elvis guitar. But he stopped playing the guitar after that, what happened. And then he got really depressed. And so I remember very vaguely about his happy days. Unfortunately, my brother, who is 2 years younger, he doesn't remember any of my father's smile. But I still have some memories when he was happier and then playing music and just keep laughing. But after he got into depression, I thought I had to learn about money. So one day when I grow up, I'll make sure that my family will be safe because money can kill you and kill the entire family if you mess around. So he was getting depressed, but at the same time, he was almost like giving me the baton of life. So as knowledge, so I'd be okay.
So when he got into this depression, your
Mhm.
father, uh, was that because he felt some guilt that he maybe couldn't help his friend
Mhm.
enough, or
Yes, yes, because he had the money, so he was ready to give money to his best friend. But he recommended bankruptcy first, because even if he gave the money to him, the loan shark will take the money. So after the bankruptcy, he was ready to give it to him. But he's a typical Japanese guy. He doesn't talk, right? He didn't talk so much about it. So he regretted so much that he didn't tell his best friend that he had the money for the family. if he knew that my father would loan or give some money, they probably didn't have to go through. So I think till my father passed away, that was the biggest regret. So when he was drunk and got abusive, he cried and just yelled out, "That's my fault," you know. So, and I know what all of us knew what he meant. So,
It's a really sad story. And
Mhm.
and how old was you when this depression come?
I think I was 9 or 10 at the time, and then but that really put me into a situation that I was obsessed with learning about money. So even though my father went into depression was a tragedy, and also what happened to his family was tragedy, but at the same time, it gave me so much inspiration and motivation. That's why I kept writing and also speaking like this, because that's why it's driving me. Because I don't need to work anymore, but the energy that drives me is to share what I know so people can learn about money more, and then people can transform their relationship with money, because we spend so much time and energy about worrying around money. And if we are free from money worries, money stress, we'll have less fights, we'll have less stress around money, so we can truly start living our own life. You know, we are so afraid to make changes because of money. We think we cannot change our jobs. Because of money, we cannot start a business. Because of money, we stopped following our dreams, which is like a slow suicide. So the motivation and inspiration I have is to pass on the knowledge that I've learned from so many mentors and teachers, including my father, so you can have a better life.
It's so true and so beautiful. And I want to say to our viewers here and new and old subscribers also that don't blame your parents for all the bad stuff that they have done,
Hmm.
because many people do. Don't forget that maybe this bad stuff brings 50% of good stuff also.
Hmm.
Like in your case, his depression made you to be the person that you are today. So often from the bad stuff, if someone drinks very much, it comes good stuff from it also, because you become maybe a greater person from it,
Hmm.
that you don't want to be in the same situation. But
I agree with you, Frederick, 100%. I think what's happening to us is neutral. This is more Zen idea. So we have a choice what to give what's happening a certain meaning. And oftentimes we take it as negative. You know, my father was abusive, he was violent with us, and also he was sick and he got depressed. That's bad news. But at the same time, I could learn from how he operated his life. So when I became 29 years old, I my wife and I decided to have some time off. My father had the same freedom, but he used for drinking. We used for happy child raising. So we spent 4 years in concentrating on our child, which was such a big blessing for me. You know, not many father can spend 4 years entirely for the family. So I still cherish beautiful memories when my daughter was small. I had so much fun every day. So if you learn how to deal with money, you can spend more time with your family members or the people that you care about.
I really got goosebumps, because when you it should be more like that. When we got a child, we often work even more
Hmm.
to survive because of the money.
Yes.
And we are more time away from our little child
Hmm.
because we think we need to survive. And you had the chance to be with your child in 4 years,
Hmm.
at least, to be,
Yes.
so you were 100% at home with your family.
Yes. And also, I remember when my daughter first started to speak. Her first word is "daddy." I'm convinced, and and then I saw her, first time standing, first time speaking, first time singing. I was there to witness. And not many fathers can witness all that because all the fathers are busy, doing business to bring food on the table. So if you learn more about money and make sure that you don't miss out. A lot of parents miss out so much and then spends too much time in office.
Yeah, it's totally true. I remember when I got two boys,
Mm-hmm.
and they are grown up now, but I remember exactly what you are saying here, that I had my own business and I was working so hard, and we was only talking about if I made enough money,
Uh-huh.
you know. Not about how my day have been, or what they how have your day have been, and so it was just, have you made enough money today?
Yes.
uh, and this is amazing. I was working so hard, but I didn't got so much money.
Right.
And this is what you are talking about in the Happy Money book also, that
Right.
you can work into death, but you don't get more money
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have the right beliefs and are thankful about it.
Yes, because people tend to work harder. That is not the solution. You have to work smarter too. And there are only two problems with money. You are making too little and spending too much. And the people who are struggling with money, they do both. They need to make more money and they need to spend less money. And by doing that, you can start saving more money so you can invest and in the future and then build a financial fortress. But unfortunately, people who are stressed out about life, they spend so much time and energy and money on a dollar shop, and they buy things that they don't even use. So that's so tragic, but that's what's happening.
So I when you talk to people, friends and around you, almost everyone in this time, specifically now, when everything has gone up in price and food price
Right.
and stuff, and everyone is talking about the prices and how expensive stuff are, and so what your philosophy is from the book specifically is
Mhm.
to be grateful when you pay something, or be grateful when something brings into your account, and
Uh-huh.
feel blessed that you have enough. And because you are talking about the money as energy,
Yes.
can you explain a little bit more about this energy and how it
Hmm.
affects us?
So just think about it, how you receive money. Do you receive money from working in a company, or do you receive money as a freelance coach? However you do it, they pay you. And what kind of energy do they have? Do they pay you with happy and gratitude, or do they pay you like, oh, I don't want to pay, but I have to pay because this is what we agreed on? So if you get paid with so much gratitude and happy energy, you feel that. And then when you come home with that beautiful happy energy. If you're frustrated at work, if you get yelled at because of the paycheck, When you come home, you have a lot of irritation energy. So just imagine what kind of energy is flowing in at your workplace. Is it a happy, exciting, and also sharing, caring energy, lots of generosity and friendship and care, or frustration, pressure, anger, depression? You know, we experience energy. It's almost like a smell. You can smell the air.
I understand. It's like when you go into a meeting room and you can feel the energy in the room.
Yes,
Is it bad, or is it happy, or is
yes.
it inspirational, or it is
Right. So you can feel the energy, right? Energy in the air. So
100%.
just check your energy at home. And also when you were little, when you're small, was your home filled with happy energy? Mine wasn't. We had a lot of tension in the house. So when I came home from school, I felt the tension. But like happy families, they when they come home, they feel relaxed because there's so much love and generosity and care. So ideally, I hope in 20, 30 years from now, all the workplace is full of joy, happiness, and care and support. And also when you come home, very relaxing, very lovely, and lots of healing energy. So but you don't have to wait another 20 years. You can create with your own energy. When you receive money, you can be appreciative. It doesn't really matter how much it is. You just show the appreciation. And also, when you enjoy, appreciate money, you can pass it on to the next person. So when you pay bills and also when you pay taxes and for food and everything, instead of complaining about this is so expensive, you can say, thank you so much for this food, for this petrol, or for this thing. And then you can thank the person who's working at the restaurant and appreciate them for doing such a great job. So if you just find yourself receiving money with gratitude, giving money with gratitude, and then let the energy flow, you're in a happy energy flow. That's what I call happy money.
Yeah, it's really true. And when you are at your workplace and you feel a resistance to go there, and you don't want to be in that place, and you work so hard there, and you feel that you're not getting enough from, you have a bigger value, and you don't pay it enough and stuff like that. And what you mean is that that money that comes in then is bad money, or it's
Uh-huh.
is it in that the energy follows?
Yes, yes. So when you have the unhappy money in your pocket, you feel it. You feel uneasy about it. So all the criminals who rip off money from people, they just spend it fast. So we have a saying in Japanese: "Bad money will just run through fast through you," because we don't feel a bad person to stay at home, so we just kick him out. That's what happens.
Mm. A form of karma, or almost, or
Yes.
yeah. And I mean, in my early days, I lost a lot of money. It was
Hmm.
always something. And I didn't understand why. It was like I was drawn to lose money. And I was thinking about why is it like that? I couldn't come over this
Hmm.
a certain amount.
Yes, yes,
It was
yes,
always this amount,
yes.
and I couldn't understand because
It's almost like a thermal system. When you put 25 degrees, it stays the same way. When the temperature goes up, yeah, it has to go down. So if you have more than, say, 100,000 euro, then, or krone, and then it goes down, right?
That was a really good description of it. It's really true. And I was thinking about what have my dad and mom learned me about money. And when I started to listening to you, Ken Honda, and your interviews about our beliefs, what kind of environment is
Hmm.
I grown up in? And it was a classicer because they always, my mom was really detailed about our money, I remember.
Hmm.
And she had this account memory, and with all the receipts,
Hmm.
and she was checking where the cheapest groceries are, where we could buy the cheapest, and
Yes.
uh, and she always said that I was no, you're spending too much, and you need to keep your money,
Uh-huh.
and and money are not growing on trees, and the whole stuff. And
Hmm.
my father was he didn't talk so much about money, but he worked so hard all the time,
Hmm.
because if you didn't work, you didn't have a value.
Yes.
So I got both of these sides, because if I don't work hard, I am nothing.
Yes. That's so true. And it's not only Sweden, Frederick. I've been going around the world in Africa, in India, in Australia, in China, Japan, the same. You know, we have all we have been hurt so much around money. So I have a collection of parents used to say certain things in Europe and Japan and China. When I was small, my mother used to say, "When you grow up, and if you don't have money, you will lose your head." How crazy is that? Like, if I don't have money when I grow up, I'll lose my head. Somebody come and chop your head off. Like, that's so scary. Oh, I'd better start saving, right? So, like, we scare our children. So we are hoping that they're scared enough, so they're not spending money wastefully. So that I have all the funny, and cruel uh, collection of all the words.
Mm. it's, it's crazy.
It's funny when you hear it, but when you're 12, it's so scary.
It's like watching too much television.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Your eyes get like big boxes or something.
Yeah, so it's almost very comical when you think about it, right?
Yeah, but how much this power of beliefs affect us as a child?
Yes. So that's why I recommend people to heal your money wounds. We've been hurt so many times. So maybe not today, but if you're interested, I can come back and just share my ideas of how to heal money wounds. Just go back to your childhood and then embrace yourself, because we've been so hurt for so many times.
So a lot of people, inclusive me, I
Hmm.
of course have some fears of money,
Hmm.
and but not the same as I had before. I have been practicing this more and more, and especially now when I read your book, Happy Money.
Hmm.
We really need to spread the word about happy money, and I will put it in this video also, so our subscribers and visitors can know about it also, because this so important information that
Hmm.
that money don't give us power, not in the right way, because you are talking about it's how you are
Hmm.
and how you treat other people, how lovely to other people you are. That is giving you the respect that you deserve in the right way.
Hmm.
And that's why I'm thinking about, when in the beginning of the book in and Happy Money, I was laughing because there was a lady that came to you and was
Yes.
checking your wallet, And that is the craziest thing I ever heard. Can you tell us about that thing?
Yes, around the time, there are many magazine articles and TV, programs. Funny thing, like think about how what kind of wallet Justin Bieber, Donald Trump, and all the Kardashian families, or very celebrities, do they even have a wallet? And what's in their bag? They're just very curious about celebrities' wallet. And then there was this woman approached me at the party, and at the party there were like a lot of people. I was surrounded by 4 or 5 people, and she said, "Ken, can I just take a look at your wallet?" And I thought, okay, so you're into this wallet thing. Oh, and I told her I don't have a yellow wallet. This is a black and leather wallet. And I said, "Oh, fine. I'll make sure that I'll give it back to you." So I was watching her, and then she was pulling out all the bills, and then she was checking something, and she said, "This is good. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is fun." And then after that, she put them all back in, and then she handed over to me, and she said, "Ken, you passed the test. All your money is good." Like, oh wow, well that sounds good, but what do you mean by test? She said, "All your money was smiling or laughing hard. That means that you must have made a lot of people happy and receive money because your money is enjoying great time in your wallet." Like, what? And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I see things that other people don't see." So she said, on the other hand, if you are not enjoying your work and got money, and also if you took advantage of other people and then got money, your money is crying or getting angry in your wallet. So I can tell by looking at your wallet or money and how you receive or how you gain, how you ripped off money from other people. And then it really shocked me. And wow, so can money smile? And then on that night, I was thinking of a few friends. Oh, my friend, his money must be smiling in the wallet. And also, I had the other friend, like, oh, that guy definitely crying in the wallet. And
Oh,
so, few friends who are good, few friends who are not good, even though he's very successful. So I realized that there are people with happy money and there are people with unhappy money. It doesn't really matter how much they have or how much they make. And then it really hit me. My mission is to transform the energy of money in the wallet on the planet. So, what if everybody is using happy, smiling money? We appreciate each other, and then money circulates in a happy way. And I got very excited. That's why I started writing about a book called Happy Money.
wow, what a story. It's so
Fun, right?
it is so crazy what events that are happening to us and and that makes us start something.
Yes.
And this was the beginning for you, Ken Honda, to something really big.
Yes.
Because I understand that you were starting to write about money. It was like 25 pages or something. And
Actually, 2 pages when I
oh,
started
was it
out.
2 pages?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my friend loved it. And then I started writing more and more and more. It became like 26 pages.
Okay. And you just starting to give it out to friends
Mhm.
and families
Yes.
and how was the reaction?
Oh, everybody loved it. And at the time, I put a fax number. There was no email at the time, 20 some years ago. So remember a fax machine? And when I woke up, there's this stack of paper who are requesting more of my booklets. So I printed 3,000. I gave away in a few months and a few weeks, and then another 3,000, another 3,000. I just kept on giving people, and by the time I gave away about 100,000 copies, a publisher called me, and then they asked me to write a book, and the rest is history.
Oh my God! So you gave away for free 100,000 at least copies of this.
Yeah, so it
And
cost me about 100,000 euros, because it cost about one euro per copy, and I paid all the shipping and handling myself because it was a joy for me to share what I know. And so I'm known for a giver. I give away so many things for free because I believe what you give, you receive, or maybe more. So I believe in giving, sharing, because that's how you live your life. And then so much will be back. Uh,
I can see your home with your family. In the beginning, it must be like a giant logistics center. What did your wife say about this?
yeah. So there's a funny story. I thought, I wanted to have 200 copies, but the guy that I hired said they do only 1,000. So, and I said, okay, 1,000. And he said he had another sheet of paper saying like, sir, actually, if you print 3,000, the cost is like, drop only to 15%. Like, wow, that's good. So I signed the contract without knowing how many boxes, that there are in 3,000. And then 2 weeks later, two trucks came in front of my place, and then they're asking my name, and oh my God, by any chance, are these my booklets? And this is booklets. It's so heavy. So I had to empty one room out, and my before my wife came back, I try to come up with a good excuse, Well, when I came back home, somehow all these boxes are here, but it's my booklet, right? So I had to be honest with her. I said, I'm so sorry. I promise I'll just get rid of this in 6 months. And she said, with a big smile, I thought she forgave me, but she didn't. She said, I'll give you 3 months. Either these boxes out or you out.
Okay, how long time did it take?
I think it probably took me about a few weeks because I went crazy. I called up my friends and said, you said you love my booklets, right? I'm going to send you 100 copies. Of course, it's free. I'll pay for the postage and everything. And then I called another friend. You said my book is beautiful, right? I'm going to give you 200 copies. So I gave away 100 here, 200 here, some 550 here. So I just, just did all the cold call to my friends
Yeah,
and just
because
pushed them.
you really didn't want to move out.
I know, but the funny thing is, like I said at the end of the booklet, saying like, I'll give one copy to whoever who wants a copy. Oh, by the way, you can download it from my website in English for free now.
Ah, and the website is
KenHonda.com. You'll find a free booklet that I used to give, the physical one, 21 years ago. Now you can read it online for free.
wow. Is it a 20-page something or?
Yeah, something like that. Yes, in English.
My God. But I mean, in the beginning, because it's so tough to speak about money, and suddenly, what did your friends say when you suddenly start about the energy and happy
Mhm.
money and stuff? Was it?
Right.
Do you understand?
Yes. So I got all the comments like, I've never read anything like this. Like, it's such a jaw-dropping and eye-opening. And the most phrase that I hear from the most often phrase I heard here still is like, Ken, I never thought about money this way. So I definitely gave people a totally different perspective about money. And then after my book or booklet, the whole there's a huge shift in thinking that money can be so many different things in your life. So instead of money being your enemy, money can be your friend. That's like, whoa.
It's such a big shift in your mindset
Yes,
because
because Yeah, money is here to help you, not to hurt you.
So and in these times, everyone is talking about you should invest in this and take these stocks and you should do like that. And it's so many people who give us advice what to do about money.
Yes.
But
Hmm.
who can know? Who actually have the knowledge to know about the future? And
Yes.
and if you don't have the right energy from the beginning,
Hmm.
how should we think about because many out there is struggling and have fears about money and they need to renew the loans now
Hmm.
and many just about that many are going to renew the loan and it will be much expensive for them now
Hmm.
and it's so much fear about this. How should they begin to overcome this fear and who should they listen to?
That's so true. So right now it's so chaotic, and the money game is so tough because we have to keep playing until we die. So, and we never agree to play the money game. So there are so many confusions about money. We're so hopeless around money. So we don't know. We haven't found good teachers. We don't have a good coach. My parents, our parents are terrible, right? And then how many friends do you have who are financially wealthy and happy? And yeah, even if you look hard, you cannot find one. So it's so tough to learn about money. That's why I think my books are so popular. I sold almost 9 million copies of all my books. So that's how much they want to learn about money.
9 million copies.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. So this is a big subject out in the world.
I think so. And my Happy Money book is out in 33 languages now, in 50 some countries, and they're selling well now. So I think that's how much people want to learn about money in a new way. And I'm so happy to be able to share what I know because it totally shifted my life, and I have enjoyed money ever since. And I've impacted millions of people through my teachings. And I try to make it possible so anybody can have access to my teachings. So I don't have to make money anymore. So I'm so happy to share what I know about money, work, and how to discover your gifts and how to monetize them. So I just keep writing books from now too in
Mm.
English.
Hmm. That's really great because we really need to spread the voice about happy money and
Hmm.
to overcome this fear and because living in fear is living in lack
Hmm.
and you got sick when you're living in fear too long.
Hmm. So true.
And so I'm so grateful that you have this community and that you go around the world and talk about this is and I guess your audience you go to big leaders and companies or you are everywhere.
Yeah, so I'm happy to do more work outside of Japan. I've been doing so much in Japan. So next year I will start traveling more in Europe and the US and Australia and India and in Africa. So I hope one day we'll meet in person.
Yeah, that would be really really great. And something that struck me really much it was a sentence that you said, don't invest in money or saving too much or something is or Bitcoin. Invest in yourself, invest in people around you,
Hmm.
because if you are in bad times, in bad shape, then
Hmm.
this money this friends will,
Hmm.
this is where the help will come from.
Yeah, so there are two kinds of assets, visible assets and invisible assets. We've been focused so much on visible assets, which is stocks, bonds, real estate, bitcoins, and all that. But what we need to look more is invisible assets, which is trust, generosity, connection, bonding, and friendship, and all that, generosity. So, in the future, people will focus less on visible asset and they focus more on invisible asset. So when you come to think of it, the most important thing in life is something you cannot see. You know, love, friendship, honesty, generosity, all of that you cannot see, but you can feel it. So I hope we can feel one another in the future. And then if you feel like you have more than enough, you can start sharing what you have. And then if you are in need, you have to be vulnerable to ask for help. Unless you ask for help, people cannot hear you. So I hope in the coming years we are more generous to share one another, and then we can start sharing what we have, including our money, time, and energy. And with all of us, we can go through this. But if we are separated from one another, we cannot go through this big change.
Yeah, it is so true. And in these tough times, so
Hmm.
many things are happening. It's a chaos almost everywhere. But don't forget that we have so many resources also. Like, this is why I found you. I check YouTube, I checked your Instagram. It's so many resources to learn more,
Yes,
so we can grow as a person.
yes,
So even if it's tough and we are in a dark place, or reach out, check how can I turn this around.
yes, exactly.
So and I'm so thankful for having you here. And what kind of community do you have that people can join?
So right now, I haven't done much in English yet. In Japanese, I have the largest online salon, but in English, I started out. It's been 2 years. It's called Arigato Living Community, Arigato, Arigato Living Community, where we meet once a month. We have a lot of European members. We sometimes do European time, and sometimes we do America time in North, Central, and South American time, and sometimes Australian and Japan time, so people can join. We get together once a month and learn about happy money. I teach there, and also we learn from one another. There are like people from 25 different countries.
So there is you can go, join there and discuss about fears and everything around money. And
Right. Yes, we talk about how not to worry about money, how to find gifts, how to monetize your gifts, how to follow your heart, how to ask for help, and that's all the things you need to know around happy money.
how do we do to join this community?
You can find all the information at my website. So Google Ken Honda or Arigato Living Community. You'll get there.
Okay, that's really great, really great. And the time is ticking away,
Hmm.
and we can talk all day without a problem.
Yes.
And I just want to say to our viewers that
Hmm.
please check out the book about happy money, and all the other books that Ken Honda have been authored to. It's a profound book, and you will got so many insights in this. It's a beautiful book written with love.
Thank you so much. And I can say, this is not yen and heido.
Thank you very much, Ken Honda. And
Thank you so much, everyone. And Frederick, you are so fantastic. I could really feel your love and generosity coming out from your body and your heart. That's why people love you, and you're so popular. So thank you, Fredrik, for being the guiding light in Sweden.
Oh, that was really nice. I take it to my heart.
Thank you so much. You're
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you. We keep in touch.
Okay, so hopefully see you soon.
Yeah.
High five.
High five. Take care.